How do I do the where is it? Ah,
Present. Top
bear
right.
with me. Technology.
Present top right.
You have to move all the faces and all that stuff. It's like, sheesh. All right. So we did that. All right. So I want to go here real quick. For those of you that were kind of along this journey over the last year, you'll remember probably in our leadership, it was in our leadership team's first month, we, after talking to a lot of agents, after having conversations with people within these walls, we wrote a vision statement and core values. And we presented it at a team meeting, just like this. We presented it at a team meeting. And the reason was because when you have a vision and when you have core values, everything else, the direction becomes very easy, right? We believe in creating an authentic environment built on the foundation of productivity and collaboration. This inspires our people to achieve their business goals, to design their legacy worth leaving. Simple, right? Inspire and help create an environment so that people can build big business, whatever that means to them, so that they can leave a legacy worth leaving. And we do that with the systems, models, tools, and people of KW. And we also do all of these things with 7 core values in mind. And make no mistake about it, these words and these values came from a lot of the conversations that the leadership team had with individuals that were already a part of this office and agents that were a part of this family when we first wrote these values, right, a year ago. And it is crazy to say a year ago. Authenticity, right? Everybody has a voice. Everybody can be themselves, right? Be their self. That's so important, right? I think the authenticity piece to this puzzle is one of my favorite. Trust. Everything hinges on trust, right? Because if you look at all the way at the 7th family, you can't have a family without trust, right? And fun. I don't think fun needs a lot of explanation. I think we have a lot of fun. Kind. This is a big one. Kind. It's not just nice, right? Kind is going out of your way to just do for others, right? Kind. Just be kind. Growth. And I think this one gets confused sometimes. Growth isn't just about growing our business. Growth is about growing ourselves. And how do we grow ourselves? Sometimes we listen. And I think that word is a very big one right now. Listen. Collaboration. We have to come together and continue to collaborate, right? There were 36,000 sides sold last year in the market. There's plenty for everybody. We can come together and we can collaborate and help everybody get better, right? And then family. Again, that's what this whole thing hinges on. And we've done such a good job, and this is all the agents. You've done such a good job of creating this amazing family feel. You know, this place is a part of my heart now. Like this, and I can speak for the leadership team. We care so deeply about each and every one of you because we know that you can choose anywhere to be in business with, right? You can go anywhere. You've chosen us to help you build your business so that you can leave a great legacy for your family. And we're humbled by that, and we take it seriously. So with that said, we all understand what's going on right now. And I think Gary Keller put it amazingly in that we are an apolitical company. We have an apolitical thought process, not amoral. And with that said, I wanted to go over what culture looks like. And Joseph did an amazing job of kind of sending out a message as to the Market Center's stance on everything that's going on. And it really says this. It says that we're not going to stand for discrimination. We're not going to stand for violence, right? We're going to stand for unity and togetherness, right? We're going to stand for those 7 words that are on our wall, right? Because we're all in this together and we support. And most of all, we're going to listen. So with that said, I wanted to just remind everybody what culture means. And we wrote these, we didn't write them, we probably stole them from somewhere, which is called R&D, rip off and duplicate, right? But it spoke to all of us, right? Market-centered culture is about, if you see something that's broken, right, collaborate, find a solution, and then, number two, bring that solution to somebody that can do something about it. Bringing that solution to somebody that can't do anything about it, or just complaining about it to somebody else, doesn't do anything, doesn't fix anything. It doesn't move the ball forward. It doesn't move the needle forward. And it's against culture. Lastly, third, what we do for one, we have to be willing to do for everyone. What we deny one person, we have to deny everybody. My uncle Rick Marcelli, don't do once what you don't want to do for the rest of your life, right? And it applies to business, it applies to our culture. And then lastly, be kind. Simple, right? Be kind. So with that said, I wanted to make sure that we brought to everybody's attention the social media policy. Now, I want to make a couple of things very, very clear. You've gotten this email yesterday. Tiffany did a great job of sending it out yesterday afternoon. And the policy basically says one thing: don't be discriminatory, don't be racist, right? And don't be threatening. Yet, nowhere in that policy does it say don't have a voice. Everybody absolutely can have their viewpoint. And we, again, apolitical, not amoral. We are not sitting here saying that nobody has a voice and not to post things that you feel and that are close to your, near and dear to your heart. Absolutely, do it. Yet, we can have a voice and stay within the bounds of non-discriminatory, non-violent, and non-threatening, right? And that's important because we're all and we can stay in the bounds of those 7 words on our wall, right? So because everything that, whether we like it or not, things that we say and things that we post do reflect the people we're in business, do reflect on the people that we're in business with, right? So being able to stay above board and still have your voice and make it heard is so important, right? For everybody. Again, we are not sitting here saying, don't say anything. We're just asking and advising to stay within our values and stay within our core values and stay within our vision to do that in a non-discriminatory, non-racist way. And remember, apolitical, not amoral. We are about unity, togetherness, and honestly, listening. So I'm going to, and I wrote this, and we have this again, right? Again, everything, last thing I'll say on this is that we will, and we've had a couple of instances, to be transparent, and every decision that we make as a leadership team is to protect the sanctity of this vision and these core values. Everything will be weighed on this vision, these core values, and the Y4C2Ts that are also hanging on our wall, right? And it's as simple as that. Are these crazy times? Are they scary times? Is it one thing after another? Sure. Is it fighting for a just cause? Yes. You've heard me talk about Simon Sinek and the infinite game. The number one just cause and the best just cause anybody can ever think of is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what's happening. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All of these, all the protesting, all the things in the past, women's suffrage, right? Everything that's happened in the past, that's all fighting for those words. So let's listen, let's be okay with it. And then let's also remember that we're fighting for this vision as well, for us. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to open the floor to Joseph and Tiffany if they want to elaborate on what I just said.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I would say is this. A couple of years ago, Dave Ramsey spoke at one of the family reunions, and he gave this example of his son. He had a discussion with his son, and he was talking to his son about his behavior and that sort of thing, and the fact that he represented the company. And the son was, he's a young kid. He was like, I don't want, I didn't sign up for this. I don't want to have to be held to a higher standard. And they showed up at this big company picnic, and there were 400 or 500 people there with their families and everything like that. And Dave Ramsey looked at his son and said, you may not have signed up for it, but everything that you do impacts everyone that is here. And that's a challenge that you've had. And for whatever reason, to me, that popped in my mind as I thought about this over the last couple of days. I'll be honest with you, I fall way on the side of people shouldn't worry about what people put on Facebook and comments. It shouldn't really it shouldn't bother you, which is ironic because it bothers me. But at the end of the day, it's like you do represent a brand. You've chosen a business, you've chosen to be leaders in the community, and you represent a brand. So just be mindful of that. But like Vince said, I totally agree. This is not a time where we're saying you don't have a voice or anything like that. Just, make sure that you're keeping an eye on that, because it is, it really at any time, but especially now in more sensitive times. And this isn't directed at anyone. I mean, we're fortunate to be in business with people who this really isn't an issue. We just want to make sure that we, stay ahead of the game on it.
Yep, absolutely. So, and we're doing this we're bringing this up because we love each and every one of you. We want everybody to continue to. Everybody's in business because they believe in this, right? And with us,
and make no mistake.
So.
Sorry. And I would say, I mean, just to confront the reality of the situation, make no mistake about it. There are people out there that are looking for reasons to be upset, right?
Yeah,
and I mean,
I was going to say too. They're out.
We're talking about this on a national level. My coaching call today with Mike Bastian, who's also an OP of multiple market centers, like the operating principles, the leadership is looking at this to say every little thing is being escalated on both ends, right? Of what this means. And so that's just the other thing. I mean, the reality is like, we can be the Pollyannas and say everything's great. We're express our feelings and everything's gonna be well. At the end of the day, though, people may take things entirely wrong and make a big deal about it, which is stupid in our eyes. But at the end of the day, they're out there. So you just gotta be conscious of that, because you represent a business and of yourself. You're independent contractors, and people are watching that. Yeah, your own business. I'm not talking about from the market center standpoint. I'm talking about from our our personal businesses.
And we want to watch it too, because like we're watching it from everybody, because your business affects other people and other people's business affects yours. It's a give and take on all of that.
We're in this together.
Yeah, they're out there and they're looking. So we wanted to bring it up to everybody to remind.
Yep. So we're going to move on. I appreciate everybody. These are serious times, and they're different times. So we want to make sure that we all understand that we're in this together. Unity, togetherness, apolitical, and not amoral. All right, let's get into the fun stuff. We had some cappers. Joseph and Lynn, congratulations. Way to go, rocking and rolling. And we had some awesome. What was that?
Look at that short beard.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks cleaned up. First closings, so exciting stuff. I love seeing the first closings. John Holt, his first closing here at our market center. So exciting. Way to go, John. Jay Turpin. No way. That is awesome.
Jay.
That is awesome. Congratulations, man. I didn't even see that come through yet. That's awesome. And a couple of people that are new to the KW family. I gotta move this thing. Awesome. Jimmy Kaiser, Al Simmons, Carrie Hetzler, so excited to be in business with each and every one of you. If you see them around, if you see them on the Zooms, make sure you say hello. Awesome people. So excited to continue to see the growth of our company. Oh, boy. We got birthdays. Camille, Carrie, Wayne, Jamie Tinky, Cameron, Maggie, and AJ. All birthdays in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. So this is what we're doing. We're doing these happy birthday because we're not gonna sing because it's brutal. So happy birthday each and every one of you. Make it the best one yet. And the amazing PC announcements. This is
all right, guys. Lots of really exciting announcements this month. PC did great last month, and it's a huge testament to the amount of work everyone's doing, even throughout all the changes and all of the different adversity that has been thrown around for us as a group. So I'm going to start with a big shout out. First, the closings last month. Parker, Krista, April, Michael, Gamewell, Sarah, Katie Manning, Jessica Lucas, you guys are killing it. I mean, it's just really incredible to see these closings come in month after month. And the exciting part is we also had a bunch of people pick up listings, which will turn into closings in the future. So that's Katie Manning, Patty Stover, Pat Pettis, Stella, Jade picked up her first, Gamewell, Jenna. I mean, when it looks like that from both the closings and a listing side, you know that people are working and doing the job well. And it's just really inspiring and impressive. I'm going to go back to Jay for a second and just say how excited and impressed. I mean, it's one thing when we've all lived in the same area for forever to have a sphere and pull business from it. But y'all know how challenging it is to come to a new area and build sphere and not have any connections. And really beyond that, dealt with all of that during COVID and still managed to pull out his first closing. So well done, because that was a hard fought and well earned success and a huge win for him. And aside from that, I'm going to put my coaching hat on for a second and say this to everything else that's going on. In these moments when we've got a lot of turmoil and a lot of change and the emotions are running really high, I encourage each and every one of you to reach out and connect and do what it takes to unplug and engage in some self-care. Because we would not be in business with each and every single one of you if we did not feel truly in our hearts that you meet those core values that Vince puts up on the wall. We believe that and see that in all of you. And we know that at your heart, that is who you are. We love being in business with you. And when people are stressed out and emotional, sometimes our best person doesn't show up. And quite often that happens on social media. So I would encourage you, take some time, take some self-care, do what it takes to unplug from it. Go back and look at it through the lens of those values and ask yourself, is it coming from contribution? Is it collaborative? Is it kind? How would you feel if your mother read that post? If you don't feel good about it, take it down. Because that's the window through which we know each of you lives your life on a daily basis, because you would not be here otherwise. And we're so proud to be in business with you guys. So make sure, especially now, that you're taking time to take care of yourself, because a lot of us take care of a lot of other people, and just make sure you get that right and that you are the true reflection of who you are because you've taken a moment to breathe in this. And I'll get off my little soapbox now, but really, really proud of this group and super excited to be part of it.
What great advice. Thank you. That I didn't say it as well as you. Way to go. That is awesome. Thank you. And I could tell that's from the heart. So we appreciate you, Adrian. And wow, some serious production from that productivity coaching program. So that is a speed of the leader, speed of the pack. So congratulations. Let's see now what is coming up. Golly gee, we got a lot coming up.
Oh my goodness, so many things. No, go back, stay here. All right, go forward. We hit it in at the last second. Nope, go back. There.
Vince, do better. There you go.
We put this in here. He didn't know this was coming because it's important that we recognize that he's been here for a full year. So we put these great pictures together for you. Thank you, Kristen. But Vince, we're just thrilled. You know, it's been an incredible year. I actually was shocked when that popped up that it's been a year, because still feel like a newbie at this role. I'm just kidding. You don't.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I'm just really thankful to be in business with you. I know the team and the agents are thankful that you're in business with us, and we're just so thankful for the growth you've brought and for the vision you've built and just for the family that you've built coming into our Market Center. And so it's an exciting time, and we're thankful for this year with you. So yay.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I did not know that was in there. Good job. Thank you, each and every one of you.
I didn't either. So I'm getting a message on the side. Shh.
Hey, get that off there. Geesh.
I was like, we have to throw it in my section because he'll just skip through it if we do it in the beginning. So.
Yeah, I love it.
I know you too well. Sorry.
I would not have put that one on there. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want me to continue with what's coming up? There's no more surprises.
Yes, please.
Okay. So today, what's coming up? This is cool and important. So we have announced to you guys last month that we've taken on an additional mortgage partner with CMG Financial. And so today at 2:00, they are going to, Tim and Matt are going to be coming in and telling you all about their programs, their resources, and how they can partner in business with you. So I encourage you to come on out, meet the guys, hear what they have to say. I can speak for, like, Tim's been someone that's helped me for the last 2 years, my mortgage, and right now he is killing it for me. I can just say that. So I really appreciate these guys. I'm glad they're in partnership with us. And so we want to keep bringing awesome people and businesses that once again tie into our mission and vision that we have on our wall, just like we stated earlier. And these guys are that. So come on out, hear what they have to say. They're going to be bringing additional trainings at least once a month on mortgages and what you need to know and how you can kind of build up your knowledge base on that. And so they will also be bringing trainings as well into our training calendar in the future. So this is ours for June, and we encourage you to be here today at 2. Can you go to the next one?
Yeah.
Next week. Okay, so next week we've got Ignite's continuing. Business Essentials, I believe we're finishing up. So this is going to be the 4th week, and we're going to be going over Profit First and how to build your business so that you're profiting and you're building your life based off of your profit and not based off of what your expenses are. And so come on out to that at 2. There's also transaction coaching Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week from 2:30 to 4:30, 5:30, Adrian? 2 to 5, 2 to 4. Okay. I can't see your fingers. It blends in with your background. So cool.
Background 2 to 4.
And then 2 to 4. Perfect. Okay. And then Tuesday we have the DISC class. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit. That starts this on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Ignite is also on Tuesday. On Wednesday we have the collaborative transaction coaching. DISC is not on that Wednesday, so ignore that one. Thursday, we've got Coffee with Cappers at 7:30 in the morning. If you are in our top 20%, we invite you to come out to that. We're also looking at creative ways of maybe we can bring that into a physical location and support a local business, but be socially distanced and outside. So look for that in the future. But come on out to the last Zoom Coffee with Cappers next Thursday at 7:30. And then Friday, we've got the check-in. State of the company we will have, since we don't have a team meeting next Thursday, we will go back to State of the Company on Friday. P3 Mastermind, and transaction coaching. So a lot coming up next week. Be there.
I love it.
I think the next one's DISC. All right, so the DISC class is coming up next week. So invite a friend, bring people. We have plenty of space still to fill up the room. So we are not out of space yet, but we do need to be getting kind of solidified on what we have for that class. I will be sending out today, if you have registered, your instructions for taking the DISC assessment. So you can take that ahead of time so that you're ready for Tuesday. So those instructions for those that have registered by the end of team meeting will be for, I'll send those instructions out for you to take that test. So go ahead and register soon. Those tests will come out as you register, but we'll be sending out the big batch today. Vince, anything else on that we needed to say? Because it's a great class.
I just want to make a quick point on this. I'm a big believer in the DISC, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. We're all talent on here, all 25, 30 of us, whatever is on this Zoom. Everybody's talented, right? The question is how long until stress creeps in and they blow? Because we can do anything for any given amount of time. Yet, for example, if I'm doing a bunch of things that demand organization, I will eventually become extremely stressed. It's not in my strength zone. Understanding that about myself allows me to put a team around me or to put systems around me so that I can be more effective and efficient in helping my clients. That's a really, really big point. So this class is going to help you not only understand yourself at a higher level, but then understand your clients and what they need. So if you're not signed up for this, you need to be. You really do. And if it's about $25, come talk to us. We'll figure that out, right? That's not the issue. Yeah, we want everybody in this class because we believe in it at such a high level. And it's only 1 hour of your time to learn how to literally use personality and behavior to take your business to the next level. I'm a huge believer in it. And the last point I'll say to that is I know the personality of everybody that we've put on our leadership team, for example, right? each one of us leads with a different one of these letters so that we can continue to be the most effective team that we can be. So there's just so many pieces to this puzzle. So dial into this. And again, if it's about money, come talk to us.
Cool.
This is going to be fun.
And then this is going to be fun. So our next team meeting is going to be on June 18th at 2:30 because we are going to do a tailgate team meeting, which means we want to be physically present in the office area. So we're not going to do it inside. We're going to go keep it outside, weather permitting. But definitely come on out for our team meeting tailgate. It is a different time, so make sure we're not at noon next time. It's going to be in person, outside. Bring your lawn chairs. We also have the office chairs, but bring your chairs if you have it. You can pull up, if you got a truck and you want to pull up on the back of the truck and sit back there, hey, we can make that work too. But we're going to have, we're going to get a sponsor, get some snacks, maybe have some happy hour afterwards because 3:30, it's 5 o'clock somewhere for sure. So we're going to be doing that for that next one where we want you guys to meet all the new agents that have joined us in the last 3 months. And if you're a new agent, we want you to meet all the agents that are in our office that have been here for who knows how long. And it's just going to be a fun time of getting together and celebrating and doing it in a safe way. So take all the precautions that you need, but know we're also going to be keeping it outside so that it's not in an enclosed space. And we will be taking those precautions as well. I think, is that anything else on that one?
No.
Okay,
Awesome.
great.
So
Cool.
and that's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you come out. It's going to be very similar to how we did Red Day, right? Socially distanced, but this is an opportunity. We're all looking for, like I think somebody posted one time, alone together. Like we're finally getting to that point where we can start to come out of the cave, but to be socially distant, right? And this is going to be such a fun little team meeting. It's going to be all about recognition. It's going to be all about the last 6 months and talking a lot about kind of who's been crushing it and give recognition there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Come hang out with your fellow peers. So.
And someone did ask in the chat if we're going to do this again. We're going to try to do this as much as we can. I mean, we're not, like I said, we're not bringing training back to be in the office. However, we are looking at creative ways where we can be outside together, especially because we have this awesome backyard space. And we're getting into the summertime, so we do know it's going to be 1,000 degrees here in a couple months. So we're trying to utilize it as best we can. But yeah, so we are going to keep doing things like this. So come on out and hang.
Awesome. So let's go to this. I'm going to unshare my screen. Can we see? So we talked about this last time. I kept it drawn because I love it so much. Can we see it? Oh gosh, it's that mirrored thing. So we talked about the real estate transaction. The simplicity of this is the best part, right? Everything, business, life, it all wants to be complex. Get a little closer, Amanda. A little closer. Everything in business, in life, it wants to be complex. When we break down something from complex to simple, that's where success. That's where we find success. So we talked about last whenever the last team meeting was, a couple weeks ago. We talked about how the real estate transaction has 3 pieces, right? It has the lead gen piece, it has the follow-up piece, and it has the transaction management piece. Each one of us can identify based on what we've closed and where we are through the year, right? Where we could find some opportunity to get better, so that we could push our business toward our goal. So if our goal was 24 closings and we're at 12, sure, we're on track. Now the question is, what do I have to do to ensure that I hit that goal? And which one of these parts of the transaction do I have to tweak from a system perspective, from a technology perspective, and from a people perspective so that I can ensure I hit my goal? All make sense? Cool. So today we're gonna really pay attention to this, the lead gen space, right? And I want to share back to this. So in the lead gen space, I want everybody to write this down. There are 4 walls of lead generation. It's in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. And if you've never read the book, you should go to page 132 and you should just read the lead gen model. Read about what the lead gen model is. The lead gen model helps us understand what are the activities that we have to do and how many people do we need in our database so that we can close the amount of deals that we needed to close so we can earn the amount of money that we wanted to earn. So the 4 walls, build a database. Number 1 rule, build a database, right? And that database is going to be composed of both people that you've met and those that you have not met and non-mets. Number 2, feed it every day. You need to feed it every day. You have to put new names into that database every day. Number 3, communicate it with it in a systematic way. The most important word, well, communicate is very important. Systematic is essential. And the reason it's essential is because when we go back to this drawing, what separates those individuals that build, that attain their goals and those that come up a little short is their ability to do each one of these things, which each one of these sections of the real estate transaction the same way every time for every client. And the only way that you can do that as your business scales is through systems and automation. So communicating in a systematic way is super, super important. And then number 4, service all the leads that come your way. The only thing I'll say to that, why go and spend the time generating the leads if you're not going to service them? Service all the leads that come your way. Thank you. Yeah, I've got it. Mute April. Oh, a lot of background noise. Tiffany, can you mute that guy? Cool. So, what's my gap? When I want everybody to evaluate their business, just real quick, think about where you are right now. Think about what's the gap? How many units do I have to close? And where do I have to focus from that drawing? Where do I have to focus so that I can talk to more people? And then identify how many more people you have to talk to. So the lead generation model tells us this. For every 10 people in my database, I should anticipate having 1 closing as long as they are on the 36 touch system, as long as I'm communicating with them in a systematic and automated way. For those that you have not met, the lead generation model tells us that for every 50 individuals, I can expect 1 closing, assuming they are getting touched once a month with relevant real estate information. So when I look at this and I say, well, my goal is 24 closings in a year. How many people do I need in my database? How many METs do I need in my database if I want and intend to close 24 houses?
240.
240. So if I have 200 and I know that I need to climb and feed my database to get to 240, how many people do I have to put into my database? 40, right? 40. It's really important, right? So when I understand that, then I can go and be purposeful about the conversations that I'm having. And let's just take a step back. It first starts that you're serious about the goal that you want to hit. If you're okay with coming up short, then none of this matters, right? Just keep doing what you're doing. But if you see that there's a gap and you see that you have 200 people in your database, but need to have 240 so that you can continue to build toward the goal that you want and intend to achieve, then go figure out ways to get that 40. So I wanted to make a quick comment here. How do I meet more people where they are? So Gary Keller was talking about this. He said physically based and digitally based, physically enhanced. So if we take a step back and we understand that lead generation just to a point, never really changed, but also changed, right? The part that changed about the lead generation model is that the mechanisms in which we choose change. So if I go to page 138 of the lead gen model of the MREA, and I've identified that open houses are things that I've been doing in the past, and door knocking are things that I've been doing in the past that generate my business. Well, the way that you're doing those things changed. And they went from being physically based, right, to virtually based in some way, shape, or form. So Gary Keller made a comment and he said, those individuals that can figure out how to be digitally based and physically enhanced the fastest are those individuals that are going to survive this shifting market that we'll probably fall into, right? So I wanted to put that out there because when you go and identify, hey, I have a lead gen problem or I have a follow-up problem, you have to identify what is not only what's the system that I'm going to use, but what's the technology that I have to use so that I can fill that gap. Can anybody tell me from a command standpoint, if you know, okay, I need to go and talk to 10 people a day, or I need to get 20 leads a month. Can anybody tell me what technology they can utilize within Command to generate additional leads?
The SMART plan.
That's good. Camille, you're right to a point. I would put SMART plans more from the standpoint of follow-up because that's going to be your 36 touch campaign, right? So you're going to put them in the biweekly neighborhood nurture. That's going to be more systematic.
Yeah.
So that's a good start.
Well, you can
Facebook
start
ads.
the task.
Facebook ads. Yep. 100%. Campaigns, right? The technology I can dive into, if I realize that there's a shortage for me in the amount of people that I'm getting into my database and I have to make that up, I can utilize campaigns, right? Or I can utilize direct mailers, right? Or I can utilize designs to create door hangers and go and hang door hangers in a particular neighborhood. But I'm finding a solution from a technology standpoint to create effectiveness and efficiency in my system. So, and you can do the same thing in each one of those categories. So how do I meet more people where they are? What I want to do real quick is I want to identify and help everybody understand what is a shift. What's a shift? So, let me go like this. This technology is harder than it looks. Perfect. So, pull that up, move this over. So, a shifting market. Somebody told me one, actually it was Mike Bastian, who coaches Joseph. He said, there are 3 things that we have to do to make money. Do we all agree that we're in business to help people, but also make money? Right? That's why we're having these conversations. So there are 3 things that we have to do to make money. Number 1, we have to put ourselves where money is changing hands. It's really important. Put ourselves where money is changing hands. Number 2, we have to do what nobody else wants to do in that space. And number 3, we need to use leverage. And when he mentioned leverage, he was talking about our strengths. If you don't know your strengths, go to the DISC class. But you have to leverage your strengths because we're a lot better when we're in our strength zone, right? So put yourself where money is changing hands is a very, very big piece to this puzzle. So if I look at the shifting market, right? And I go and I draw up. Here we go again with me and squiggly lines. Can everybody see this? Amanda, get really close. Yeah, perfect. Yes, I love the grid view. So this is the peak of a market, right? Here's the bottom, the trough. So every market, and I go like this. Real quick, when you hear the word shift, somebody tell me what they feel. What are the words that come to mind when you hear shift?
Change.
Change. Good, Wayne. You're right. What else?
Opportunity.
Opportunities are good positive words. Good. What else? Anybody feel fear?
I would say uneasiness. Yeah.
Yeah, uneasiness. Like when I hear like up and down, I hear like up good, down bad.
Yeah, like sick, like a roller coaster.
Yeah, absolutely. Sick like a roller coaster for sure.
So like if it's like a roller coaster, it's that moment where your stomach is up in your mouth type
Yeah,
situation and you're going down.
those are the best. Really
Yeah.
make you feel alive. Right?
That feeling's good.
And a shift does make you feel alive, that's for sure. So what I'll say to that is you're right. And I think it has to do with the way that we think about things. And this, for me, this drawing really helped me identify where is money changing hands? How do I put myself in the middle of it? What do I have to do so that I can utilize my strengths and do what nobody else wants to do better than they could ever do it? And one of the biggest pieces of that puzzle is that in any market, you have certain types of buyers. Those individuals that are getting married. Those individuals that are getting divorced. Right? You have people that maybe they had a baby. You have people that maybe they are relocating because they moved their job. You have people that potentially are just moving to move, right? Because they don't like the location. But these people, regardless of the market that you're in, are always there, right? I was listening to a podcast and they talked about, it was about the company The Knot. And they realized that in 2008, their revenues grew 5%. And they said, how in the world does that happen? Well, marriages happen in a recession or in an up market. It doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's a recession-proof industry, right? Those are individuals that are still going to have to buy a house regardless, right? In an up market, which I believe we were in and are potentially still in, right? Who do you see buying houses in this market? You see second home buyers. You see people that are moving up in square footage and price just because they can. So I call them move ups, right? You see, a lot of different people in that space. And in a down market, who do you see? You see REOs. You see short sales, right? I call them investors or cash buyers. You see a lot of cash buyers. I call it smart money, right? So going back to our three principles, putting myself where money is changing hands. If I know that I need more people in my database so that I can close more deals, and I know that where money is changing hands is changing, what do I have to do? I have to change where I'm looking for more people, right? I have to put myself where money is changing hands. And if I was to take this and simply turn it on its side, now, instead of moving up and down, all I'm doing is moving right and left based on where money is changing hands. So I think when we look at our lead gen model and we identify how many more people we need in our database, we then have to go and identify where do we find those people? What is the technology that we can utilize so that we can find those people? And then here's the most important piece of the puzzle, go talk to them. And also be okay with shift. Be okay with up and down, because it's not really up and down. It's just right and left, just moving from one place to another. So does anybody have any questions with that? Let's share two ahas and then we'll move on.
Well, just the whole mentality, it's not right or wrong. It's just the reality of it. You know, and shifting that mindset of up and down, like you said, it's up is yay, down is bad. It's really not. It's just an adjustment in the market. And there's ways to succeed in both of them.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
on that same note with with shift, you're still, and like whenever I thought of the word shift, you're still using the knowledge that you already have. It's not like yeah, you have to adjust it, maybe you have to learn some new skills, but it's already what we have. And that's how I look at that word and also that graphic that you drew.
100%. You're right. Anything else? I would also leave you with this. The shift book tells us that people are motivated by two things, right? Personal reasons and positive market expectations. If I go back to this drawing, everything in the middle here is personal reasons, because positive market expectations in a shifting market, one that moves over here, change. They're no longer there, right? So we have to talk to more people to go and find the individuals that are in that space, but we still can put ourselves in a place where we can find them easily, right? So that's where I'm going to leave it. Who has any questions, any concerns? Who wants to raise any anything? Who wants to say anything before we wrap up here? It's 12:53. It's perfect. Anything? Does anybody have any buyer or seller needs? That's not good. It means that you're not working with anybody.
I have some land. I need you people to get somebody to buy it.
Where is it?
It's in Beresford Hall. And my people that just bought a house are going to use the proceeds from selling this house to fix up their new house. And so and then they're going to sell another house. So I need y'all to hurry up and bring me a buyer.
Get on it, people.
Get on it. Go get a buyer. I love it. So Beresford Hall, there's some land. Anybody else?
It's
I have a house
1.25
on
acres.
Rutledge, and I think Brad would agree that he has one too on Rutledge. They both need to be sold.
I think Brad's just went under contract.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mine needs to go under contract too.
So where is that?
939 Rutledge Avenue.
I love it. 939 Rutledge Avenue. Go check it out. Bring a buyer. Anybody else?
Hey, Michael Prince is doing an open house. Sorry. At 202 Hunt Club.
202 Hunt Club. Awesome. Michael Prince, 202 Hunt Club. Anybody else? Awesome. Well, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any questions, any concerns, reach out to us. Humble to be in business with you, and let's rock on.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.